main difference, the main feature which comes with the latest release was the integrations. You can get them access either from the menu or from the magic button in the chat window. There, we added a number of integration abilities, right? So you would normally have just a list of integrations you can add. And the list includes ability to either work with your project repo where your issues or PRs allocated. We added, as an example, ability to work with Python debugger, but in reality, you can work with any other command line-based tool by just using the command line tool. With the ability to connect with Chromium-based browsers, such as obviously Chrome or Brave or anything else. And we added support for two most popular databases, such as MySQL and Postgres. And also as a subset of a special subset of command line tools, we provide command line services, like when you need to run your web server and wants to see logs as it runs. And the last but not least, a general shell execution command. Like if LLM suggests you to run command, you can do that with that tool. Right. As you can see in my screen, we have here a separation on two types of lists. One is a global list and one is what we call a local list. Like when I try to add a new integration, you will see I have a chance to either make a global, which is available for all projects, or the one I'm working with right now. The reason why it might be handy, first of all, there are some tools which probably your GitHub settings and your Chrome settings on your machine will be the same for all projects, but your other tools might be specific for project. And also it allows you to have these integrations included in the in your repo, so you can save it within this repo or share it with your team members, which is what we do ourselves. Okay, coming back to this list. So yeah, obviously we realize that this list is somewhat limited and doesn't really include all possible variations of what you might encounter in your project. Again, command line tool is a really good way to add pretty much anything if you have a CLI. But in the next release, which is what Oleg will be talking about, we gonna add Model Context Protocol, MCP, the protocol from Anthropic, which will allow to add integrations to 100 other services which communities been creating these days. So I'm really excited about that. Let's take a look at my local integrations, just so that you're aware. So first of all, I was thinking about what project should I use for the example. The one I thought about either using one of our code bases or maybe use one of the open projects. But the thing is, usually the code base is big. On the demo, it's hard to explain what's going on there. So I selected a very minimalistic example. So I have here a Django-based repo web server, which is a simple blog with articles to that. And this Django server can be started with as a service. We can kill it with a command. And we also can access a database to see what kind of data is in our related to our Django server. Okay, let's probably go straight into that. So I have here a little bit of warning. It's not really a big deal, but we thought since agent changing files, some people might want to commit the changes first before working, so you might see the stuff which you haven't committed yet in your project. Okay, I'm gonna ask it to do the following. So So look at my files and describe my current project. Okay. So what's going to happen now is we have a number of different ways how we analyze the repo. The usual one is simply looking at the files. We also have included in-memory vector database within Refact. So on your machine, you have a database within which the search of relevant code pieces is working. But anyway, it looked at the files. I see the tree worked. It kind of describe. It find out logically that I'm in Jenga project.
What I wanted to show is I can roll back the changes. So this is the changed website. This is where I ask it to change it to a different thing, and I can roll back the changes. There we go. And this is almost ready. It'll be next week in the stable release. Do I first need to see the screenshot to have a look? Yeah, you can just use your browser as fast as you can. Agent is kind of slow when it goes from step to step. You can do things faster if you can. Right. So the next thing is MCP, where Nick just demonstrated that we have a tool to work with Postgres, and now I will show MCP Postgres. Let's see if you can access my Postgres. This is an official MCP server, and the function that allows to call is called query. So it says that I have some tables by my blog in the database. Next question. Does the agent need to see the screenshot before it changes? No, it can just look at the file in index.html. It's kind of better if it knows what it's doing a little bit more by looking at your real website. But yeah, it can just use the code. Right. So I see this, and I want to ask this change to Bob, and it will fail to do so because MCP doesn't support any data change. There we go. So our tool is still better, but I think long term, many people started to write MCP servers for all kinds of systems, and this integration, I think, will be very valuable for us to have, and we will have native our own integrations for very important things that we think we can do better, or we will start to write MCP servers ourselves. Now it tries to make a script and run it. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's take a look at the thinking. We need to turn on thinking. That doesn't matter, and we go to, for example, models. Attach this file, and I will ask it. Let's see if you can spot any data schema problems. Use thinking. I need to explicitly tell it to use the thinking tool. This is an unreleased yet version. We will fix the prompt so it will call it at the right moment. Right. So thinking there, should be pretty helpful. It goes through all kinds of best practices, security, scalability, and based on that thinking, the model should be able to make the code better or give you some recommendations and stuff. There, it tries what does it try to do? It tries to replace this with some advanced version. I'm not sure how well that is in Django, but it seems to be something useful. If you need something specific, you can ask that the model to do it. But what I wanted to demonstrate is thinking. We have this thinking that informs the agent to do well. It's essentially to trade thinking time for better results. So this is my demonstration for today. Any questions? Let's read. Top 3 use cases for your agent that can boost team productivity and extra capabilities. I would say, well, agents now, they are very, very good at writing prototypes. They just perfect for that. And when you see a prototype, the next thing you can do is follow up again and again to make it better. The second good use case, well, any local code change is very much is very good with the current models. And what agents and models are still struggling with is very, very big code bases. And if you are doing something very unusual, then it will struggle. For local changes within your file, it will work perfectly well. 3 use cases for your agent. There are a lot of use cases in those two, and we will work on our knowledge database that will take it to the next level when it comes to larger repositories. We all this is our potential edge when going to companies and demonstrating that our product is better. So we're taking very seriously the knowledge database and how that will work. Okay, let's go back to questions. Do you plan to add DDD features to? Oh yeah, right. It can actually test the code. Or what you should do is you need to set up an integration command line tool, and then tell it how to run tests. And if you do this without confirmation, let's see if I have something confirmation. This is information. If you have a star there, it will check if you want to run this command. But you can do it in such a way test doesn't require any information, and this is how the agent can test your code all the time. It made some changes. It will decide to test this again.